This Japanese urban legend revolves on a certain school in Japan. It wasn't the only school that was said to be haunted. At one point, Japan wanted additional schools but didn't have enough land to build them on. So they chose to build them over ancient and neglected cemeteries. Soon, rumors circulated that the schools were haunted. People at this school, in particular, report that if you enter the premises at midnight on the 15th of the month, you will see and hear strange and disturbing things. For example, it was alleged that the statue at the front of the building would follow you with its eyes, that the amount of stairs to the main doors would alter, and that the list of unusual things would grow longer and more awful as time passed. 3 guys and a girl at this middle school in Japan decided to examine whether the reports were real. Michiko, Shinichi, Tokoshi, and Hiro met at midnight near the entrance. After they had assembled, they went up to the school gate and leaped over it because there was a chain with a lock keeping them from entering. They cautiously entered the building and bravely marched towards the big entrance doors. They came to a halt before the statue on their way up the steps to see if it truly followed them with its eyes. As they passed by, all they noticed was that it was staring to the left. "What have I said? It's all a stupid urban legend that isn't even true," Shinichi exclaimed. "We still have to check some other parts of the legend, so don't say it isn't real yet," Hiro said, amused. He'd been looking forward to this day for a long time. He was a great lover of urban legends and wouldn't pass up the opportunity to live through one. "I doubt it," Tokoshi answered. "You are aware that urban tales are false, correct? Don't crush his dreams just because you're afraid," Michiko shot back. They all turned and proceeded further onto the school grounds. The steps to the main entrance came next. It is claimed that the amount of stairs should change as you return down. They walked up and counted 13. They walked down the steps, and Hiro was disappointed to see that it was still 13. "Looks like that one isn't true either," Michiko shrugged. "Let's not give up hope yet," Hiro whispered as they all neared the door that would lead them into the school. Shinichi muttered in disgust. "Why can't we simply leave? We've already demonstrated that 2 of them were not real. Everything else is likely to have the same outcome." "Ah, then tell me you're just scared like Tokoshi," Michiko joked. Shinichi scoffed. "Of course not. It's simply ludicrous. We broke into our school in the middle of the night to verify the urban legend was true. While you guys argue, I'll be going inside," Hiro said as he entered their middle school. "Wait, how did you open the doors?" Tokoshi inquired as he followed Hiro inside. Strangely enough, it was already open. "Perhaps the ghost foresaw our visit," Hiro replied. The school had an ominous vibe, which contrasted with its usual cheerful mood during the day. They made their way to one of the laboratories to find the next legend. It said that if you turned on the faucet, blood would come out instead of water. Hiro eagerly turned on the faucet. The rest were convinced it was a hoax, yet they watched in expectation. The only thing they saw was water flowing out like it usually did, and Hiro's expression instantly filled with disappointment. "There's still one more to go," Michiko sought to maintain hope. Hiro took on a determined expression. "You're right." He brought them to the final section of the legend, the bathroom. According to mythology, if you enter the last stall, a rope will descend from the ceiling and coil around your neck. This time, when they entered the bathroom, there was a distinct sense of tension and anxiousness in the air. This was different. The rest of the legend was innocuous, but this might potentially take someone's life. When they finally arrived, Everyone seemed to stand still. Even Hiro refused to go inside. Michiko muttered in annoyance once more. "I'll go because no one seems to have the courage. Let's just get this over with so I can return home." She started to enter. Hiro factored in the time to ensure she did not take too long. It was 1:00 a.m., but it didn't feel like it because they were all wide awake and totally aware as a result of the anxiety that had crept over them. After a few uncomfortable minutes, Michiko stepped out. "What have I said? It's all just a silly urban legend." Everyone seemed to breathe a sigh of relief as they realized there was nothing paranormal going on at school. Even though Hiro was upset that the urban legend was false, he was relieved Michiko was safe. They all agreed it was time to go back and sleep in their own homes. The schoolmates happily spoke all the way outside the school before going their separate ways. The next morning, Michiko's mother called each of the boys unexpectedly. Mother sounded worried, but the lads had no idea why Mother was phoning. That's when she made her intentions clear. Michiko was missing. She was not in her room when she checked in the morning. Hiro felt a sense of dread spread throughout his body. Why was she missing? They saw her go home yesterday night, so she can't be missing. Finally, they decided to inform their parents about their brief excursion, hoping that it would help Michiko. Their parents contacted the middle school principal and scheduled a meeting with everyone. Once at the school, the principal sought an explanation. What were you doing at the school in the first place? Of course, they explained the problem, but they saw something unusual. The statue that had been looking to the left now looked to the right. How could this be? Last night, they saw it was staring to the left. Out of curiosity, they counted the steps. There were 12 stairs, not 13 as yesterday night. Something strange is going on, Hiro murmured, his voice tinged with fear. He explained what they had seen to the parents and the principal. They were skeptical, but went along with what he stated in case they could find Michiko. They next decided to inspect the laboratory. Instead of finding an empty sink, they discovered one with dried blood. Hiro, Tokoshi, and Shinichi feared the worst when the legend came true in an unusual way. They understood what it meant if the last part of the legend was true, but they hoped it wasn't. They immediately ran to the bathroom as soon as Hiro described where they had last been, hoping to find Michiko alive. They rushed into the bathroom, inspecting each cubicle before reaching the final one. Michiko's mother let out a terrible shriek. She observed the image before her. Michiko was hanging from the top of the restroom stall. Her limp body swung from side to side, her face pallid, her eyes wide with terror. Her throat was severed all the way around, and her body was drenched in her own blood. The majority of the blood was on the floor, forming a dark red puddle. Furthermore, all of her internal organs and intestines appeared to have been violently ripped from her body, and they were neatly arranged in a pile in the toilet bowl. The principal immediately contacted the police. Michiko's mother burst into tears. Tokoshi was stunned and retreated away from the situation, while Shinichi continued repeating the same words under his breath. "It can't be. It can't be." Hiro gazed on in fear as he observed the watch on Michiko's wrist. It was stopped at precisely 1:00 a.m.